Preview. But for right now, we are wrestling with NXT and AEW this week. We're going to hit the high points or low points, depending on how you view them. Johnny Gargano defeated Dominic Dijakovic.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
That name's not easy for anybody to say.
Yeah.
It's just not pleasant for the throat.
Yeah, when he was Donovan, they're like, it's not complicated enough. Let's switch it to Donovan. Yeah.
What are they doing with Dijakovic? He's been losing to Keith Lee left and right, and now he's losing to NXT's resident jobber, Johnny Gargano.
What? Resident jobber? You know what a jobber is.
Not anymore.
A jobber is not someone who used to hold a fucking title. Come on now.
How many times?
No.
When's the last time you saw Johnny Gargano win a match?
When's the last time I watched NXT? Back when I did, though, he was winning. So.
When's the last time you took a shower?
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yeah, I thought we were asking random questions.
Okay. That's random as fuck.
Next up, we have Karrion Kross with Scarlett defeated.
Oh my
Leon
god,
Ruff.
that was amazing. I gotta talk about that. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was the most epic entrance I've ever seen, and that's saying something with the Fiends. I think that beat the Fiends entrance. I really do. It was fucking amazing. I was into it.
What about you,
Scarlett? And Scarlett looks like fucking Marilyn Monroe. Sorry, go ahead.
Like fuck and Marilyn Monroe? Or fucking Marilyn Monroe?
You know I see fucking a lot, man. Come on.
I mean, given, they actually gave the mic to Scarlett for the over-the-top singing.
She let her do an Evanescence kind of thing. Yeah, she lip-synced her entrance. That was sick as fuck.
It's something. It's
bow and pray.
This could be. This could succeed.
You think? Okay, real quick.
You make it sound like it could succeed, or it could go into a dumpster fire.
It could fall on its ass, and we can have another Mike Kanellis on our hands.
No, that's not happening. I think they realized they got a diamond in a rough and Cross. At the end, after all we saw, to me, the part of that match that spoke the most was at the end when that ref girl was trying to raise Cross's hand, and he just gives her that look, and she fucking freezes. Yeah, I think it said everything. His look is something that Vince and Triple H fucking would love. Those eyes, intense fucking eyes, and then Scarlett, holy fucking shit. I don't see how that's not a package destined for the world title in both Raw, WWE, and
what do you think of Karrion Kross and Scarlett? Okay, I think we lost Kaliko for the time being. Moving on, Io Shirai defeated Charlotte Flair.
No, I'm here. I was on mute. You damn it.
We were talking about the Karrion Kross epic debut.
I know. I was listening and I talked and it was on freaking mute. But anyway,
Karrion Moss.
Yeah, Karrion Kross, Randy Moss. Don't matter. But when I first saw it, it was like, what the fuck? And then it became, oh shit, this shit's off the chain. And then
that was tight.
I feel like that entrance with the crowd would have been like,
I feel
like that
would have been the
Fiends
entrance, like the Fiends.
I feel like that entrance was like would have got the crowd most involved since Adam Rose's first entrance.
I think the top entrance
where the crowd would have been more involved all the way through the damn match.
An entrance like that is the Fiends. The Fiend had an amazing entrance. That's what I'm saying. I think that was at that level.
So I just think that.
Charlotte's ass.
But
What?
like Bruce Prichard said, then the bell rings.
Yeah,
So
what about it? The bell rang,
so
and he showed
so
amazing.
after the bell
But
rings and
he
well, they
looked like
got
a
him
killer.
looking like that now. But the problem is like
They
he's
got him
gonna
looking
be
like a
on
killer.
these low lights until because I don't see him going to Cole anytime soon.
No, you can't do that. Don't do that.
So that's my point. So
Put him with like
eventually
Damian
Cole's
Priest or something.
Damian Priest is a heel. Keith Lee maybe.
Okay. Well,
he has a
no,
point.
because then Keith Lee loses. I don't want Lee to lose.
But that's the only person that would make sense. That's the only face holding
Yeah.
the title.
I think you don't start off with a champion. But,
No, I'm not saying, but eventually.
Well, he's
That's
gonna
right.
get
No,
but
you're
still.
right. Yeah. But
Alright.
like you said, there's not many heat faces, so they got to mix and match. Some
yeah, they gotta make it count. So that's the whole point. It's field
That's what I
central
said.
in the next.
Damian Priest and Cross. Yeah,
Maybe.
work.
Maybe Ciampa. Ciampa could be the first victim. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's
he
actually
was.
what they started with.
I mean, essentially he was, but I mean, as
Yeah,
far as like
that'll be a good one.
taking Cross seriously by beating like a former champ would be.
No, he's got a Brock Lesnar for a while.
Yeah. Alright,
That's what I see happening.
up next, Io Shirai defeated Charlotte Flair via disqualification. We also saw the return of Rhea Ripley. So Io Shirai still in the title picture. Rhea Ripley obviously got her work visa back. Lot to unpack here. What are your thoughts, Scooter?
I'm glad to see Rhea Ripley back. I'm glad they're not just making it like, a sort of, one and done and that's it. I like the fact that they're essentially they're making Ripley look like the underdog. And
With who? What are you talking about?
with Charlotte.
Right. Real quick, I think they need to go back, put the title back on Ripley. Hey, Charlotte's not working for NXT. In terms of, they thought it was going to be a spike in ratings because of her.
Continue, Scooter.
No, I mean it's there's really not much else to say. I'm glad that they're actually keeping Ripley in this picture, so that it's not like, oh, I lost a championship, now I'm gonna do something else. No, and this is something they don't do anymore with a lot of champions, is that give the former champion a real, base it on their pride as a reason for them to go back after the title.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the reasons I think Asuka flopped huge, is that they never went anywhere with another rematch after Charlotte beat the streak.
Right.
Right, because they just saw her as a foreign heel to beat.
Except she wasn't the heel going into that match.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she was the foreign hand, like, you know what I mean. Like, that would get to the end and then beat the person they want to push. That's what I meant by it. Or be beat by the person.
What about you, Kaliko?
No, I don't think it's
I think it's gonna be
triple.
It's gonna be a triple threat. I see Scooter's point as far as Asuka, but my thing is, though, I feel Asuka now is where Becky Lynch was 2 years ago, if that makes sense. Where the crowd is like hella behind her.
Even though the crowd knows,
hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, it feels like the crowd is way behind. Because I remember, who was it? I forgot. It was like somebody was going to pick somebody for a match. Oh no, when Becky Lynch had to pull out, and then they were like going to Asuka, and the crowd went nuts for Asuka. So it tells me that Asuka has that people's person vibe, and everyone respects her in-ring work regardless of her language barrier. So I see a big summer for Asuka coming soon.
Yeah, I think she's gonna win that triple threat with Baszler and Nia Jax.
Except it's a Money in the Bank match.
Bank. Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was a triple threat. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
never
it's
mind.
Money in the
Well,
Bank match.
I don't know. I think Raw, a female from Raw is gonna win the.
Well,
They are
considering
from
that, considering that,
Are they all from Raw?
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought Oscar was SmackDown.
No. Well.
no, Asuka Raw.
Okay.
and considering that both Money in the Bank matches are taking place at the exact same time.
Yeah,
Was that
that's gonna be
confirmed?
cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
gonna be
confirmed.
dope.
Yeah,
That's gonna be.
they're
off
doing it
the
in
chain.
one tape because it's such a risk
God.
for them. They're just gonna do it in one go.
They HR building about to be fucked up. Anyways,
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Real quick, before we leave this topic, I also hear that someone's going to be falling off that building. Vince McMahon did a test fall in front of everybody, and so I think it's going to be Otis or Baron Corbin.
Oh no.
Yep.
No, Vince, no.
Yeah, someone's going out the building.
No.
You know, is it kind of wrong?
What do you mean, no?
Because the WWE is going to catch so much shit over
Okay,
that.
but let me tell you what happened. Do you not hear that Vince did a test jump off the building?
That's not going to matter to anybody.
I'm saying he did. Do you know what that means?
You have to do it.
Hold on, let me explain it.
That means
He
the fall's
never
not the
does
fall.
anything unless someone, like he says, if anyone's worried about this, I'll do it first. It's one of those things where he's showing them it's safe.
It's still going to bring up Owen Hart.
Of course it is, but he's doing it. I agree with you, but they're doing it.
We'll talk a little bit more about that.
I agree.
When we
I
get
agree.
to the Money in the
I
Bank
agree.
preview.
I would think about Owen Hart if I was the one asked to jump off that building.
NXT champion Adam Cole defeated Velveteen Dream to retain his title. What I'd like to know is, all the allegations against Velveteen Dream. Obviously, they built this match up for months at this point. Do you think that they kind of had to give the people this match and then drop Velveteen Dream, or do you see that Velveteen Dream is going to continue being in that title picture against Cole? Scooter?
That's really hard to predict, quite honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you really can't tell if they're gonna drop Dream.
Well, they
No,
have
I
to
don't
at
think
least
so.
slow him
Unless they
down.
found something and they're investigating.
Like,
I think if it goes undone with anything said, I think they didn't find anything. And if they did, I think we'll know because he'll be like either shoved or I don't think he'll be released, but he'll be shoved on the card.
Kalika, you have any thoughts?
I just kind of saw. I never seen no one come back and win the title in 4 matches, so that wasn't going to happen anyway, regardless of the of the situation. But he came back. What I want to say, like 2 months ago,
More or less.
More or less. So think about it. Ciampa came back.
Timing.
Ciampa came back and he didn't win in his match back. So to me, it kind of. I see where everybody's going on behind the scenes, but if you look at it from a storyline way, ring rust could be a thing. If you really wanted to look at it from just pure the wrestling, the storyline, and not the politics of the shit behind it, you could make the argument that, hey, he was going against the best of the best, and this was his fourth match back. At best, that's me guesstimating. And, you know, he wasn't going. He's not on Cole's level. It's a different level. And it just shows you that Adam Cole's on a different level altogether because he's now the, longest reigning champion in NXT. He's probably, between him and Becky Lynch, are probably the two longest reigning champions in WWE right now. So that just tells you the faith that they have in those two.
He's on Michael Cole's level now.
Michael Cole, baby.
Just once I'd like Michael to be like, all right, Cousin Adam.
Michael Cole has one of the stupidest tattoos I've ever fucking seen.
Michael Cole
How close have you gotten to Michael Cole?
No, I was looking at. I was watching a podcast where they were doing the trivia thing.
Watching a podcast.
Yeah, it was a video.
Video cast then. A vlog?
Quizzlemania, you know, Wrestle Talk.
Alright, that's wrapping up our NXT segment. Now it's AEW.
With that guy you don't like, but anyway.
John Moxley defeated Frankie Kazarian. After the match, Mr. Brody Lee attacked John Mox.
Mr. Brody Lee.
And challenged
You sound like Mr. T there for a second, but go ahead, sorry.
And challenged him to a match for the title at Double or Nothing. Which Moxley accepted.
Stop, DJ.
So basically, a WWE opener is an AEW headliner. Scooter?
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Mitch?
Yep.
Ditto. I mean, fuck. I mean, don't really have anything to say.
Kaliko?
You already know. You are. No. That's all I got. Y'all already know.
Lance Archer defeated QT Marshall. What's your favorite food, Kaliko?
Squash. And I still think fucking fruit because it has seeds, but I'm just going to keep going with it to the end. Squash.
Gotta let it go, man. That wasn't the headline of the match. The high point was Britt Baker attacked Brandy Rhodes and rolled her into the ring, where Jake the Snake Roberts proceeded to bring a snake in and lay it on her, while kind of violating her at the same time.
1988 called. They want their gimmick back.
I mean, when he did that to friggin' John Moxley, Moxley couldn't stop laughing.
I know.
Because Snake shit on
Nothing says fear like fucking laughter.
It was friggin' marking.
Oh, he's marking out.
He's taking it.
He was marking out.
Well, I'm just saying. But when you're professional, you don't really mark out. It's a job.
With the camera right on your face, and a snake
maybe if that's the first time, I believe that's not the first time he talked to Jake. But if it was, then okay. I mean,
no, it's not the first time they talked to Jake. It's the fact that he was
in the ring with.
He was a heel. Jake, the Shield were getting the comeuppance. And
right.
Yes,
Dean Ambrose
I remember.
had the snake on him, and all he had was this big friggin' smile on his.
I remember.
Like
took it like a champ, though.
But,
yeah, I bet Jake didn't like it too much.
But speaking of Brandy Rhodes,
shit on my gimmick.
Do you think? I think Brandy Rhodes sold that very well. She never moved. Cool little moment there, or rehashing too much old stuff. Scooter?
God. I mean, exactly. Why'd you even ask that question? Um, um, you know, are we seeing too much old stuff in AEW? You know that's hard to really say. I mean, I can't really like.
I'm just hitting you with all the hard-hitting questions tonight, aren't I?
It's just it's a really difficult. Think of like, is AEW giving us enough original stuff? Are they depending too much on old stuff? Are they depending too much on names that were established in the WWE? You know, like
Yes.
oh yes. See, that's the thing is that AEW is not taking these talents and making them AEW talents. They're making them former W. They're just making them.
That's a mistake.
Regular wrestlers.
That's a mistake.
Like, as much as we, think, Brody Lee, is, so great for, that type of gimmick. Like,
he wasn't.
Give him something. Give him something else and give him a new name. Give him an AEW.
Yeah. I agree with that. Brody's been a bust so far, in my opinion, too. I understand with all the releases, like certain guys that they would have gotten in the first place if they could have, are becoming available, like Revival, Rusev, etc. So I understand them getting them, but Scooter's right. You got to make them your own. You got to differentiate them for what made them special in WWE. You have to make them special on their own in AEW. And so I agree with that.
And you want to finish this off, Kaliko?
I agree with everyone's assessment. I just feel like when it comes to wrestling, especially now, it's way too inside baseball. People now know the inside
Right.
workings. And to me, the backstage stuff gets people more excited than the on-screen stuff. So
I've been saying that for years, dude. I had an idea where it was like, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
And to me, they're gonna look and see everything before it comes out, and most people already have their mind made up. So it's hard for people to try to, even if someone is trying to do something different like a Brody Lee go there before he even fucking jumped on the page, you know what I'm saying? So it took away the excitement factor with that said, AEW has to do better with, like me and Scooter were saying, making these people household names. Because I'll tell you right now, when people are looking at AEW and they see Jon Moxley, they ain't saying Jon Moxley. The average person ain't saying Jon Moxley. The average person is going, what the hell is Dean Ambrose doing there? And that's where they need to focus on staying in their lane. And that's where I think where ROH, when I want to say about 10 years ago, ROH was really good at that. Just staying in their lane, doing what they do, making their stars, putting on good matches. And
they've always been good at that.
People came with them on that. And AEW needs to do the same. That's just me. But
that was a great analogy.
Real quick, I want to follow up on something he said real quick. I always said, like, have a camera backstage and have everybody be in character, and have a camera that shows that. I think that would bring more ratings than the in-ring shit.
Absolutely. All right. We have your main event. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara defeated Kenny Omega, Broken Matt Hardy version 1, and Demarcus in the wrestle of Matt Hardy in a street fight. Watching this live.
Let's be clear. This is Matt Hardy version like 6.2.
Yeah, it's stale as fuck. It's stale bread, Hardy.
mm-hmm.
But this was a great fucking match. This was a lot of fun.
It was. I will say that. That was different. Sammy just been, man, that nigga's been taking hits all.
Sammy's a come up star, dude. He really is.
Sammy is like the Twitter. He's Mr. GIF of AEW.
Oh yeah.
Everybody he is
right. And him running with Omega and Hardy in the cart, and yeah,
I've seen like 15 memes, and it was only on Wednesday.
I will say this: he's no Marco Stunt.
Thank God.
Boom, Marco Stunt. Boom.
Fuck Marco Stunt.
I was trying to be a little bit nicer, but yeah.
I don't care.
Damn. You pissing your cornflakes?
No,
what makes him fucking special? I didn't get a break. He got a break, and he's fucking smaller. I'm a fucking toothpick. I didn't. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Somebody's jealous.
I will say about Marco. Last week he did a promo that was actually halfway decent. So if.
But it wasn't halfway good either. So.
Well, halfway decent is a step closer to halfway good, but
it's also a step away from halfway bad.
All right. We'll conclude this segment of the show.